Hey guys, so today I am coloring in Sucrose from Genshin Impact. I'm gonna be fairly honest. I play video games, but not as often as other people do. So, um, yeah, I do play games. However, it's like rarely. And also I did start Genshin Impact like the first time I got my PS4, so last year. Um, like before quarantine started. However, I'm just gonna say up front, I did not play that much. So I'm trying to get back into it, but I've been very busy coming up with like drawing ideas. So yeah, I haven't gotten back into it yet. Sucrose is one of my friend's favorite characters. I have two friends that actually really like Sucrose in terms of her design. So yeah, I think she's a bioalchemist character from what I know. She's into science. That's all I basically know. But she has like I forgot what it's called, but she has like these wolf ears, but according to my friend, she doesn't really like to show them off because she's shy about it. So yeah, they're always down on their sides, like tilted down, rather than sticking up like a regular like ears for animals. So yeah, this drawing actually took me quite a long time to color in. There was just a whole lot of different pieces to the outfit of her design. Like the design of her outfit, to be honest, was very intricate and there was like so many little patterns everywhere and I was like, oh boy, fun times, because I was like drawing her before I actually like I did the sketch before I filmed like the coloring process, and I'm gonna tell you guys it took quite a bit of time, even though my friends were like, how do you draw so fast? I'm just like, it felt like forever. So yeah, she just has so many details to her on her like outfit in general that it took longer than I expected. I kind of forgot that she had that much detail to her. So like looking back now, Genshin Impact characters do have a lot of stuff going on with their outfits for the artwork, which I can appreciate as an artist, but at the same time kind of a lot to draw. So it's just me trying to draw her. So yeah. So I added the blue streak, that one blue highlight that she has on her hair, and then the rest of it I do green. I'm going to be honest with this too. I don't really have like pastel-y colors, so the whole pastel green and everything like that, I don't really have those. So some of my colors may look darker than what they originally were from like references and stuff like that. So I tried my best. Again, this is one of the issues that I always run into. My touch marker kit that I have, it's like 60 colors inside the kit, but to be honest, there's nothing that's really super pastel-y. So yeah, there are some that represent like look like the highlighter colors, but there's nothing that really looks like the actual pastel colors that you would usually find on certain characters that you might want to draw. So yeah, but I did my best. I found like the lightest colors of the green and blue that I had, and I used that for her hair. Um, there's a lot going on. I like how her hair in the front looks short, and then she has this tiny little ponytail in the back, but I didn't draw like that detail just because it's just in the back end. It's a super thin strands of hair. It's not really a big ponytail, so it doesn't stand out in any way. So I like how her hair kind of looks short or medium length in the front, which made it easier overall. And I think that's a nice design, having the fact that she has like so much going on with her outfit already. Having short hair is like a nice contrast to that. So yeah, so here I am just shading in all of the green. um her hair is kind of wavy, spiky. It's super cute. Like, her character is super cute, I have to say. Um, Overall, I'm not too familiar with the characters again, just because I haven't completely played the game. So yeah, I'm only in like the beginning, and I don't know. I'm pretty bad at like any RPGs in general. Except for Pokemon, it's harder to get lost because they tell you where to go, stuff like that. But for like here, I would say RPGs in general, like Final Fantasy, Genshin Impact, it's a bit easy for me to get confused, especially like with the mapping and stuff. So I always try to look for like the signals on the map to tell me where to go. I'm not that great at directions in games. Yeah, so I colored in her ears at least like one shade darker than the base of her hair because I really wanted them to stand out compared to her actual hair. It does look similar to her hair color though, so I ended up like in the end you'll see that I outlined her hair, like the difference between where her hair is and where the ears are. So yeah, and I didn't bother to put the symbol on her hat. There's supposed to be a symbol on her hat, but like she has these two spricks of hair on top, so I decided to kind of leave that symbol out. It's a bit difficult to look at on a reference and draw, and the scaling for like my drawing, to be honest, it was too small for me to do. I'm not good with small scale drawings, so like the whole fact that there was a lot of details took me some time, and not a lot of the stuff, like the things that I drew that were like small symbols, were perfect. Just gonna say that up front, just because it's super, like, there's so many things going on. Um, and then I drew her glasses. The way it looks in the game, it looks like the frames are just like underneath, and then I guess the glasses sit on there like that, but the frames are underneath instead of like on top, which usually glasses, the frames are on top, so they're kind of cool that way. And then there's a whole bunch of stuff going on the chest. There's this like don't know if it's a brooch or something, but it's like this thing that she has on her chest, like on her collar. And then I tried my best to color in all of the golden parts first. I don't really have a gold color actually, so this is a yellow brown color. So it looks like gold, but it looks darker than like what you like the actual gold that she actually has on her. If you look at references for sucrose, the gold color is more yellowy rather than like dark like this. So this was the only option I had, so I decided to use this instead of using like a regular yellow, because you would be able to tell that that is not a gold color and that's a yellow color. So I really wanted to go as close to the actual color she had on her outfit. As you can see, the many symbols on the bottom, on like her corset, I believe is what it is. She's like wearing this corset. I tried to do this cute shy pose. Basically, one of her hands is on her chest, and the other hand on like the top part of her chest, and then the other hand is like she's like poking her one of her ears. I thought that would be cute. She's like this shy character from what I know from my friends. This is all basically my research is basically me asking my friends like 20 questions. But yeah, she has these shoulder pad things which are cool too, so I ended up coloring those as well. I forgot this triangle that's supposed to be right at her shoulder. I forgot to color that in. It was supposed to be gold as well, and I ended up coloring in that way later. my memory for like where things are. I just forgot that tiny detail, and then I went back and remembered that eventually. So yeah. And now I am coloring in this pattern that she has on her clothing. So basically it's all over her sleeves. It's this like blue. It's supposed to be this light blue color. I don't know if I chose the right color, but the other colors would have been darker. And also if I chose the other blue, it would have been more similar to her hair, the actual which is not what the blue on her clothing is supposed to be. So I tried to choose a different blue, but this was kind of a greenish blue. Um, it looks more like a highlighter color than anything, but I think this is the lightest I could have gone. Any other blues that would use are like way darker, so this is the lightest color in my set, but it's kind of like a greenish blue, more aqua-y, like teal. So yeah, I just went for it. I was like, well, I don't have anything else. um as you can see all the detail, it kind of like was overwhelming to take in like how much detail she had on her clothing. So what I did was step by step in terms of like coloring. I just colored what like everything that had the same color first, and then I kept going next color like that. So that way it made it easier for my mind to process like how I drew it and like what's going on with the colors. Her corset is blue on the sides, like this navy blue, so this is what I'm coloring in now. In the center it's gonna be like a black. I ended up using like this dark gray color. It's more of like a brownish gray color. The color, like the grays that I ended up using for her black areas, just because I didn't want to do like super dark black and that was it. So this way you can see a little bit more of the shading. So yeah, that's basically it for the blue. I'm just shading it in. And she had some blue, like she had her sleeve, and then there's a layer underneath her sleeve that is blue color too, so I did that as well. And this is the part where I realized the triangles for her shoulder pads weren't colored in, so I went and did that. Um, and then she has like this fluffy handkerchief scarf thing that's on her neck, and then it intertwines with like whatever that emblem is on top of it. So I just colored that in. This is the gray that I was talking about like using, so it's kind of like a brownish gray. It's not really black. I know her clothing is supposed to be black, but I wanted to give some realistic shading to it, so that's why I ended up going for different grays instead of just like a straight up black color. So yeah, and she has some of that color on her shoulder pads as well, so I ended up doing that too. It's just a lot going on. um And then, yes, so I think this is the part where I'm shading. So I'm shading in like the fluffiness of like the handkerchief and places that overlap basically. And then I use this color because it's darker. I use it for her corset, like the center of her corset, because that's the part that's supposed to be a black shade. So that's what I do. Um, my hand, every time I have to deal with like very intricate stuff, my hand starts to shake a lot. And to be honest, it was really annoying during this drawing process because it was like, this is not just one big thing that you just color like in solidly. It's like multiple things, and you can't like just mix it in. Like you can't do a dark color accidentally over a light color, or else you just completely ruin something. So this was me like during this whole process, I was kind of annoyed by that, to be honest. One of the negative things that I have when drawing is literally my hand isn't always stable. It's very shaky. I can't hold a camera still. I can only do it for like a split second, and I need to take pictures quickly because of that. And so, like, when it comes down to it, my hands are not really the best, but I can draw because sketching, you can use like multiple lines instead of just one huge line. I know a lot of Western cartoonists, when they draw, it's just one huge line for like one part of the face, but I can't do that. So, sketching actually helps me, like with the multiple lines and stuff like that. So that's why it looks nice on drawing, but if you transfer that to electronic drawing, that kind of looks bad. It starts to look like strands, and you can see the individual strands. So yeah, but one of my biggest hassles ever is when I'm coloring and my hand is shaking. So when I'm trying not to like blend things together, because once you go over a light color with a dark color, you can't see that anymore. So that's kind of like a struggle that I deal with, but I'm able to get through it. It just takes longer for me to actually draw. So now I am just outlining everything. I haven't done any other Genshin Impact drawings. I might maybe in the future, but I've been doing a lot of drawings like video game drawings, and they're very intricate. So once in a while, I might go back to something simpler, or like my dragon shapeshifters, just because these are so much work, and sometimes I just need like a breather. You know, when you draw something simple and cute, it's like kind of gives you space to think about like other drawings that you want to do instead of just constantly doing intricate things. Also, this took very long. Not that I don't like doing stuff that takes that long, it's more so time wise, it's not really, it's pretty difficult, but I did like the process of this, even though like I struggled with the amount of detail that was there. I still think it went well. So yeah, if you guys want to see like the process work of her, like the pictures that I take, it will be in the description box below. All my social media is there. If you have any requests for any characters that you like from anime, video games, as long as it's like clean, I'd be willing to draw it. So leave comments in like the comment section below, and I will take a look at them and see what I can draw. Um, yeah, it's been, for some reason, it's been like 2 or 3 days, and I've been like, what am I gonna draw? I kind of had like a small artist block, but I don't really get those often, so it's not like I have artist block for like a whole month, which I found out my friend gets easily for like months, and then I'm just like, but how? And then I tell him like how I kind of just overcome the fact that if I don't have ideas, I do different things like drawing my plushies and stuff like that. So yeah, it's kind of just me. I'm pretty, like, it's pretty easy for me to find inspiration, especially like the fact that I watch a lot of anime, see some video games and stuff like that. And I have a bunch of plushies, so those are always inspiration for stuff too. So yeah, so if you have any characters you want me to draw and want to request me to draw, leave a comment in the description box below. So yeah, so hope you guys enjoyed this video. Bye!